Okay guys, hello, how have you been?
We have been good.
Okay, so we'll just take the thing forward. The next part of the entire exercise is Unleash You. Now let me tell you what Unleash You is. Unleash You is destroy any obstructions that may come in your way of your outcomes and discover what kind of impact your friends and other people you spend your time with have on you. Okay, get to identify that. Now, we'll go on to this activity, the name of which is My Past Decisions. In this activity, I will give you a set of questions about the decisions that you have made in the past and to identify what you would have done better about that decision. Okay? And the entire purpose of doing this exercise is to be aware of where and how you couldn't make a good decision in the past. Okay? So there are a set of questions that you need to answer based on the decision that you have made in the past. And do this exercise, and then once you're done with it, we can discuss. So are we done? This is on page 89 of the manual. And let's start with Lydia. Ladies first.
So, when I decided to leave HSBC, even we all have med claims, okay, and we had a corporate med claim, and I decided not to continue with my New India Assurance med claim. That was my decision.
Okay. Decided not to continue with the medical. Okay. So now that after the consequences, what were the consequences? Did it turn out bad?
It turned out very bad. Okay, and because the consequence was of me taking the decision late. Not late, but okay, I will take responsibility because it's my decision. Probably I should have taken the decision a little bit earlier if I wanted to switch, service provider. Because that kind of,
So what was the consequence?
The consequence was that between my job and between me, my last day when I was covered into corporate and moving out, I was not covered because my medical process didn't get completed.
Oh, okay. That was kind of a blow.
It was like very, very big stress on me.
So now that after the consequences you have realized where the decision went wrong, what would you do differently about such a decision now?
So I think I have to look at the decision, in totality. Probably what we've learned, throughout about the INCRED, put it through like an INCRED process, maybe put it through the power leaves, so that I know the timelines. Because here it was a timeline issue, and if probably I had known about how to do power leaves, I would have probably put it through that, and it wouldn't have caused me that much stress. So probably, utilize the tools that I had learned to take the right decision.
How would your life have been today had you taken the right decision?
It could have been stress-free, it could have been peaceful, because it was extremely stressful. And it is still stressful to a certain extent because, it's still under the waiting period.
Okay, you're right. What is
2 months the waiting period is still there. So it is still stressful.
And it must have costed you
a
lot of money. Okay, so hold on to that thought and let's move on to Amit.
My wrong decision in hindsight is basically not accepting an offer for joining an MNC as a CEO in South Africa.
Okay, and what was the consequence of not doing that?
Basically, it's impacted my finances, it's impacted my post-retirement period because I would have a chance to network on a wider scale. Exposure would have been more. Probably global opportunities were there. So all that has been more or less taken out.
You missed out on that.
I feel so.
Okay, now that after the consequences you realized that the decision was wrong, what would you do differently about such a decision?
I think I took a very tunnel view at that point of time because what basically guided my decision was the evening because I spent 3 days there. And post sunset it's very difficult. There's no life in South Africa, whichever city you talk about. I was in Johannesburg because of the conditions there. It's very unsafe. And I being a nocturnal person by nature.
Yeah, that you mentioned before.
So it was something which was hitting me badly. But then life is not about only enjoying the nocturnal and yourself in night. Because I want to move around freely and all that. There are other things to be considered like your family, your finances, your career. Probably didn't look at it in the holistic view. And took a very tunnel decision. Today I would probably have sat back and looked at it in a bigger scale or a bigger picture.
So had that decision been right, had you taken that decision, what would your life be like?
I would probably have been executive board member of some company there, and what else?
And making good money.
Of course.
As
And
part of
instead
the
of
benefit.
not be sitting here, but we probably be doing a program like this in South Africa.
So guys, now that both of you have discussed and seen that this is a real life scenario from the past, which a decision that went wrong. Now the thing is that each of us in our day-to-day life, whether it's a small or big decision, have to take decisions on day-to-day. Okay? And most of the time, I'm not saying that all our decisions are wrong or bad ones. We do take good decisions. But the thing is that wouldn't it be nice that if we could have a tool which would help us decide in a much better and clearer way? Wouldn't that be nice? It could be. So here I am. I'll be sharing a tool with you guys, and this is called the decision making tool. Okay. In the decision making wheel, we will have a series of questions through which you can pass your decision. So I'm passing on the tool to you, and we can just there are actually 2 hypothetical situations also given here. But we will straight move on to a real life scenario. So I would want you to pass your decision to these set of 9 questions and see if the decision that you came up with has this helped you in making the decision in the right way or not. So please go ahead and
Can we practice one of the scenarios on the tool before we come to our?
Yeah, definitely you can do that. You must do it actually.
Amit was sharing his decision that went wrong. I was actually thinking in hindsight, good that went wrong. Otherwise, Amit wouldn't be in our group. He wouldn't be my buddy for doing this incredible new program.
And he wouldn't
How do you know you were in South Africa?
And he wouldn't be giving us his feedback.
We would be probably even destined to it. I believe in that.
Yes.
Sounds pretty good. And you would have been in South Africa, or maybe you would have been by South Africa, somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan of the Bavarian Alps.
Oh.
Salzburg, yeah. Salzburg, there's no place better. People say Switzerland, and I've just passed through, not really spent much time there. Salzburg, sound of music and all those.
Good old days makes you remember.
And I was there when the anniversary of Sound and Music was just about to come.
Wow, must have been like big thing. I love the sound of music.
Oh, who doesn't?
Even we have seen that. As kindergarten kids, we were great to see.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. I think I did because I don't remember any of it now. Okay, now guys, have you gone through the exercise? Could you please share One of your real life situations, scenarios.
Ladies first again.
Lilia, please go ahead.
Okay. So my problem is to look for a full-time job or to get into training full-time. So while it's like a 70-30, but there is still some confusion. Okay. 70 is the training bit and 30 is the job. So my choices is either look for a full-time job or take a break, get your skills upgraded, take up coaching and training full-time. Okay.
Alright.
So what do you think the consequences of these choices are? Choices will be for yourself and others who are involved. To take up a job will give stability. Taking a break and upgrading skills will prepare me for the future. And taking up training and coaching full time will help me follow my passion.
Good.
Okay. What are the baselines
That you need to
consider? Commitment, friendliness, helpfulness, humility, and fairness. How do you feel about the situation? I'm confused. At the same time, I'm excited.
Excited about what?
I'm confused.
Training.
Yeah, excited about
Starting.
looking ahead and thinking that I'm become a successful trainer, of course, because that's my passion.
Okay.
I'm confused whether I will make a good trainer or not. Is there anything else you need to learn about it? Yes. To understand the market dynamics for training and also availability of jobs in Kolkata. Do you need to ask for help? Who will you ask? I have to ask consultants if I want a job. Okay, so I get into headhunting. And people who are in the field of training and coaching, if I'm getting into coaching and training, so that I can get mentors to coach me in the right way. What is the final decision? Excited to explore the unknown. Okay. Do you think you made the right decision? Why? Yes. It is the best time to take a career break and learn new skills which can help me follow my passion.
So you think that this was the right decision that you made? Okay. Amit, would you please share yours?
This is not very recent, but not too far in the past. Why I decided to share it because it was a problem which not only I think many of us would have faced. This relates to the immediate post demonetization period.
Okay.
And the ATMs were out of money, banks were not shedding out much of money, and you would stand in a queue. You were not sure whether you will get it or not at the end of the time. So we have come to a phase at home when we had a very limited resource of cash and the banks were closed the next 2 days. My wife had a very urgent visit to go somewhere. She had to. But she was not keeping well. She was in distress with pain. She's got pain on both her legs. She was overworked and overstressed. But she had to go. So the choice before me was whether or not I should call a driver for her or not. The reason being that not only do I pay the driver, I have to also put in the fuel, which would have almost finished off whatever money was left with us in hand. The choices were either to call a driver or not to call a driver. Now the consequences, if I look at it, if I called the driver in, the remaining money that we had would have got exhausted and almost nothing would have been left over for the next 2 days. However, in this case, had I called him, my wife would be relieved of the stress and the physical strain and relieved a bit of her pain and would have a relaxed journey both to and from the work that she had getted to. A secondary consequence of this decision would be that she would be mad at me. Because that follows the driver, ignoring the other needs. The second option was I won't follow the driver. The money remains with us and we are mentally comfortable for the next 2 days. I mean, it might still have been inadequate as an emergency packet, but that's definitely. What baselines I considered for the decisions? One was abundance, second was making a difference, third was giving respect. I felt very cornered and guilty that I could not control the situation and provide for something very basic. Such was the situation.
Okay.
And the money was there in the bank. I had no access to it. I would never face it. Was there anything else I needed to learn about this decision? No. Do you need to ask for help? Who will you ask? I discussed the matter with my daughter who was at home, and who would appreciate the pressure and the conditions on which I was taking the decision, because she was also seeing her mother in pain and stressed. What was the final decision? Call the driver. Do I think I made the right decision? Yes. It allowed relief, relaxation, and a trouble-free journey for my wife without adding to her stress and the condition that she was in. She could come back because we don't know what the transport situation was in those days, and she wouldn't be late, so she could come back without much of a worry. And we all knew we did not worry sitting at home. Her anger we decided to face because it was more than anger, it was an expression that we were doing something for her at the cost of the family, which always is a priority.
Okay. In the family.
For her, family is a very, because I can understand, family has to be a topmost baseline, the way she functions. So anything which goes against the interest of family, she is mad. So, but her family was deciding for her, which we were ready to face the consequences, and as a family, I think we stood by her more than anything else. So we are happy with the decision.
So now that you guys have shared your final decision, I would want you to know. I mean, I would want to know what you guys have learned from this. Has this been of some help to you guys? How far has it helped you, and what have you learned?
Structure. Again, everything has a process, and if you work through the process, you generally tend to be on the right path.
Same, this time probably it was better because we could put it through the infrared, we were aware of the infrared process. We could probably break it down into small steps of power needs. So probably a better and informed decision.
So you can actually pass all your decisions, whatever decisions you take, whether big or small, you can actually pass it through the screen, and it will be of help to a certain extent. At least you will know that you have made an informed decision more than anything else.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Before we move on to the next part, let's take a small break.
Thank you.